Can you hear me now? Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Yes? Now the camera is looking at me. So, what we want to do is. Oh, it's an update video. Hello? Yes. So, we are at the 90-day mark. So, we have been eating meat for 90 consecutive days without any true cheating days. There might be a cheat item in there once in a while, but not actually a whole cheat meal. Okay, so you want to see the results, right? Okay. It's a little frisky out. It's only like, I've got no idea. It's getting frisky out there. Okay, making sure nobody is coming. Nobody is coming. Okay. So this is me with my shirt on. Isn't this pretty? Okay. It almost looks, with his shirt on, it almost looks decent, right? With his shirt on. Yeah, well, yeah. Hey. Ooh. Ha. Ooh, ooh, ha. It's cold out there. And we want, yeah, how about, that's a microphone right in my beard. I guess the beard is good for something. Maybe I shouldn't take it off. Alrighty. So, yeah, I'm not pulling anything in. You can see the whole beauty of my fat fucking body. Still nobody coming. Oh, this. No, they can't see me. Okay, so a little side view. All around. All around. Alrighty. Right. Of course, from the front, you can't really see any difference. How about from the side? Right? Is there any difference? It's still, obviously, it's still hanging over my belt and everything. What I'm looking for as a real improvement is where my belly no longer rests on my pants when I'm sitting. Right? That's what I'm looking for. But for now, it's still there. It's a little bit lower. I don't know. Is it lower? Yeah, let me just pull my stomach in. Yeah. Okay, so this is that. What do you think? Ooh, I've got one more. Ah. I got a scale. I didn't buy it. I had it. So let's take a look at what the scale is saying. Yeah. There we go. So here we go. Right. It's gonna be. Hey, you worked before. There it is. There it is. So it needs to zero out first. Go off. And then we step on. There it is. And now, there it is. It's on and it's zeroed out. I know I'm wearing shoes, but it's gonna be the consistency. 353.8. Okay. This is with shorts, underwear, socks, and sneakers. Alright, let's just go back to 0 or off, and then we try it one more time. 353.8, right? Let's hope it's the same amount. $353.8. Okay, it's consistent. All right. Absolutely. And it goes all the way back there, and it goes all the way back there. Actually, as a matter of fact, I have filmed a fairly long video involving this pond. However, I have not yet edited any of that video. It's, I don't know. I'm questioning if I should, if it's worth it. It's almost like a little story while exploring. At least there was a little story in my head. I don't know what it looks like on the camera. So, anyway, we are at the park. Now we are at the back end of the park. Okay, as you can see in the distance, there are cars. Like there is my van. That is the parking lot. And over on that side, somewhere around there, that is where I usually, yeah, you see that between the two trees there? That's a water spout. That's where I usually sit. But today I like more privacy. Not because I need any more privacy, just because. All right, we got some goodies. We're gonna make dinner. Okay, so let's set up. Yeah. Are you at an angle? There we go. And we've got a cooler. Something we normally don't have. Let's check if there's still ice. Ooh, all of the ice is still in there. So I guess I should say the first positive thing. It's winter now, kind of. It's cool outside. The ice in the cooler is gonna last a whole lot longer. I wonder, I got this bag of ice last night, so it was like 5 a.m. Now it is just about 4 p.m. So it's 11 hours, and I don't think I detect much, if any, melt. It melts, of course, but it's been in these frigid temperatures. 50, what does it say? 57 degrees right now. Inside the van, it's warmer actually, but it's gonna cool off at nighttime. Every single night, it goes down between let's say between 34 and 45 at nighttime, right? So the ice is gonna last a whole lot longer, which actually means I should be able to buy food and keep food in my little cooler fridge over here. The cooler keeps it at a proper temperature, so I'm not running the risk of things getting too warm if I leave them actually out. I'm not going to be that silly. But yeah, so this might actually make one aspect of eating more convenient. So, what is the other thing I wanted to talk about before we get started? Oh. Everybody always says eat butter, right? With the carnivore diet. So the carnivore diet is good, right? And butter, lard, and tallow are your three main ghee too. But ghee is another form of butter. But those are your main forms of fat that we can use as an additional beyond what's already in the meat or on the animal. And the top brand that people will mention is this one, Kerrygold. I like salted butter, so this is salted. Kerrygold is an Irish butter. Is it actually imported? Made with milk from grass-fed cows, not treated with RBST or other growth hormones. Yeah, contains, what does it contain? Contains milk, ingredients, pasteurized cream, salt. Yeah, pasteurized cream and salt. So it's milk and salt. That's it. Right? So this is a very good butter. It's very good tasting, right? Besides brand name fanatics in general, uh, I'm going by the taste of the butter. And regular butter, cheap butter, has it's a fairly bland flavor. There's not much to it. That's why in the carnivore community, a lot of people recommend this. It is a better tasting butter, and because the ingredients are just two, cream and salt, we know it is exactly what it's supposed to be. However, while this butter is good, and it reminds me somewhat of my childhood butter flavor memories are somewhat still different. And when I saw this other butter at the store, I was intrigued because this butter says something on here that no other butter says. Okay, so this is the package. Do you see what says on big on there? Cultured butter. Rich and creamy cultured butter with sea salt. You go into the ingredients, it also says pasteurized cream, sea salt, because it says sea salt on here too, and it says culture. And there's two ways of making cultured butter. There's the old-fashioned traditional way, which takes a little bit more time, or you can use a fast-track method. I don't exactly know how that works right now. It's probably mixing things. You create the culture separately. This is probably the shortcut, so it's still not quite as what I might remember from my childhood. But this butter, this tastes better than this. This cultured butter. Anyone who loves butter, you've got to try this. Not this particular brand. Get any cultured butter that you can find in the store. This is one that I can find around here, right? Cultured butter, you put it on your, well, if you're still eating bread, right? So you put it on your bread and just eat it like that. It's absolutely delicious. You put it on your meat. It's absolutely delicious. You just chomp down on a stick like this, and it's absolutely delicious. Cultured butter has a little bit more of a tangy flavor to it. I guess it's a culture, right? It's like, I guess, a pre-step in fermenting or making sour. Like think about sour cream or something, right? This is probably a first step. It may or may not, I'm not exactly sure, but it may even help with digestion. Not helping your general digestion, but helping with the digestion of butter, right? So it might be better digestible than the other butter. Then again, I might make that up. Who knows? You know, the news makes shit up all the time, so why shouldn't I? This is the only butter you should eat because it makes you shit like a horse. Okay, excellent. So now that we get the butter out of the way and we have the location out of the way, what is this? I don't know. It's time to set up our grill. It's upside down as usually, because we are celebrating. When you ask what are we celebrating, the first question should be, do we actually have anything to celebrate? Do we deserve to celebrate, or are we just celebrating for the pure fun of celebrating? I don't know. There you go. That's close. It's there. So we are celebrating being on the carnivore diet for 90 days again, right? So I've done it before. You've heard the story. No, you haven't heard the story. So almost 2 years ago, I was on the carnivore diet, and I did it for a year, and I lost 80 pounds, and I felt great. Then life kind of changed. Things got a little bit weird and messy. I got off the wagon from the diet. It it didn't work out quite well for me. Normal life, right? Not the diet. But yeah, I abandoned the diet. I didn't have the time, patience, and all kinds of other things to do it. Um, I think part of it was also believing I needed to save money or wanted to save money and whatever. Long story short, right? So in the meantime, I've gained a lot of weight back on because I wasn't eating well, and 3 months ago, 90 days ago, I decided I wanted to lose my weight again. And there's two, I get three reasons for it, right? Four reasons. You, it's healthier losing some weight. You look better when you lose some weight. I have travel planned in my future. That future was supposed to start this year summer, early summer, late spring. Something came in between, as life does sometimes. And because of that, I did not start that travel. But I also realized if I actually want to do that travel, I need to lose weight. I can't be bringing this weight with me. It's going to make life very difficult. My knees were hurting, my ankles were hurting. I couldn't walk properly. I had a hard time going from the, what's the phrase? Going from the couch to the toilet. I had a hard time with that. Right now, 90 days in, oh, that's a whole lot better. Anyway, so the travel itself can be a reason to lose weight, but for me, there is an additional caveat of the need to lose weight. I need to be able to get in and out of water on a small ladder. Yes. So the more weight I carry with me, the harder it is to lift myself out. I don't have much arm strength, right? I tried that too. I got so that. The less weight you carry, the easier it is to lift yourself out of water. Because the reality is, if I can't lift myself out of water during my travels, you'll never see another video again. Yeah, that would be the result if I can't get myself out of water. So I need to lose weight. I need to get myself into the shape where I can do the things I'm planning on doing without permanently going on an entirely different adventure. Okay. So that being that, right? So I've got plans. I've got reasons why I would want to lose weight. And here we are, 90 days. So let's get started with cooking. Actually, no, let me. There's always something else. It's like the moment I say I want to do something, I come up with some other shit. What is it with this guy? Can't I do anything just like straightforward? I guess the simple answer is no, I can't. The complicated answer is no, I can't. Where are we? Right here. All right, so this one is right here. Can you even see what I'm doing here? Can you see that? I bought a little something. Dinner is ready in 20 minutes. Dinner's ready in 20 minutes.
Nice. I'm surprised my beagle didn't stop off here. I'd ask you if you saw him, but I can at least still hear him.
Which one?
The beagle. He must have walked right behind you. You didn't hear the dog?
No, I wasn't paying attention at all. Actually,
you can hear him in the distance.
Okay, I'm actually surprised because I got meat over here. Look at the meat. I don't know. Hello, baby. Ooh, oh, Lucy. Ooh. So for celebration, I went shopping last night, and I got these little guys over here. This whole tray full of meat. Meat. Oh, sorry. Meat. Yeah. Good. I guess I'll be eating this one. No worries, I'll be eating more than just one. Anyway, so I get myself 2 packets of New York strip steak. Strip steaks, sirloin steaks, I don't know. I've got no clue what they are. Doesn't matter what they are. They're steaks. $7.99 a pound. And I did not just get steak. Ooh. So each pack was about $21. But I didn't just get steak. No. I got this too. You ever heard that company? Peter Luger's? New York City Steakhouse. Very, very famous amongst those who go to steakhouses. Very, very not famous amongst those who don't. Bacon, it's a extra thick cut bacon. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slices in there. It's 12 ounces and it cost me $9. That's ridiculous. The things we do for science. So I want to use the bacon as my grease in my pan today. I'm going to be using only half of it. And then the other half goes right in here. Probably shouldn't be going in there with the beef juices, but I didn't bring another Ziploc bags. So we just... Okay. Klap it zu auf the toad. Ooh, did I say that? Yes, I did. All right, so we get ourselves steaks. Each pack with 3 steaks, and each pack is about $21. Sorry. I'm surprised he didn't stop by. All right, we're not putting, we just salt. All right, salt is good enough. So now we need, what do we need? We need to hurry because as the sun is going down, it's gonna get cold. All right, I'm gonna turn on my flame over here, and I'm gonna put in some of my bacon. if the bacon does not give off enough grease, if the bacon doesn't produce enough grease, then we are going to what you may call it. Then we're going to be using butter. Right, maybe you're lucky. Maybe we it is good tasting bacon just by itself already. I mean, pre-cooked. Pre-cooked is already good tasting bacon. Right, so we got this and we got this. Okay, so we have our wet meaty meat plate, and then here we get a fresh plate. Let's take a look at the bacon real quick. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Okay, it's giving up some juices. So, let's talk about our 90-day results. So, I did not weigh myself when I started. I did not weigh myself when I was at the 30-day mark. I did not weigh myself when I was at the 60-day mark. Now I weighted myself finally at the 90-day mark. And the number is 353.8, right? That was the number. That's still a lot of weight. Now, I know originally, back in the days, I was close to 400. I was like, I know I was 380, probably higher. I don't think I rated myself immediately. I didn't have a scale at first, right? So I guess I was a little bit in already when I finally got a scale and weighted myself, and that might have been 380. So I started off with more than 380 at 2 years ago, right? And I lost 80 pounds in a year. So I went down to just over 300, I guess. So now 90 days in, I am 353.8. So we know we lost some weight. I know I lost some weight. That's, it's like you could see the difference. I know I feel a ton better. I can walk without the pain that I had when I started out. I don't mind walking. Hello. So it's all good, right? So what do we start with? We don't know. I've got it. Alrighty, he's smelling the bacon. That's what it is.
Now he's your best friend.
I can imagine he wants to be my best friend now. Where is he?
Hey,
there he is.
What are you doing?
Hey, there he is, little doggy.
You do a podcast?
Yeah, I'm trying to film some videos,
You do it on the cooking or no? You do a podcast on something else that just happens that you get hungry.
No, it's kind of related. So I'm on a diet, and it's called the carnivore diet. So it's a meat-only diet.
Do you know Paul Saladino?
That one doesn't sound familiar.
He eats Riley. Better not be finding anything. He eats of course meat organs, meat organs.
Yeah.
Raw honey, raw dairy, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, it's very similar. So it's like essentially everything animal products, right? Some people want to be purists that say not honey or not dairy, but I think that's silly.
Yeah, are you on Instagram?
YouTube, YouTube. Yeah,
You're not on Instagram at all? You don't have
no,
an Instagram account?
no, I've got no Instagram at all.
Look up Paul Saladino if you get a chance.
Yeah.
He's a psychologist, double board certified psychologist.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he, I think he's got, you know what, let me bring him up. I think he's got a supplement company now, because it certainly doesn't look like he works. He's in Costa Rica a lot.
Okay.
But, Riley,
Yeah.
come on, we have to go. I'm gonna have to leash him.
Well,
come on, we're going.
Well, Riley,
If
you don't want cooked meat, then you shouldn't be hanging out over here.
Come on, Riley, we gotta go. We gotta go see Bella
and Jesus too. Oh my God, you going that far? Huh?
No,
All righty.
Come on, buddy. Come on. But thank you. My name's Tom, by the way.
Philip.
Philip. See you. I can't even get that German out. What's a good German? Hans.
Yeah, that's a good German name.
Hans, is that your middle name?
No.
Gonna go see Nikki and Bella.
Alrighty. Where were we? We don't know, but we got distracted for sure. All right, so that was Tom and his doggy Riley, the beagle. Riley doesn't like steak. Well, sorry for you, Riley. Anyway, so I stepped on the scale. 353.8. So we finally have a number to my actual weight for right now. I think I was talking about, what was I talking about? Oh, where I was when I first started with when I first did the diet 2 years ago. All right, I went down 80 pounds. So it was just above 300, I think. The weight comes back on very fast. Right? If you don't eat the right things, it goes very fast. It's always this combination of eating more than what your body actually needs and movement, right? If you don't move, you usually need less. Now, some people, and this is an interesting phrase really, they use this phrase like, I go to the gym so I can afford to eat pizza and drink wine. And that's a very honest statement, right? Because if you exercise 5 days a week, 6 days a week, maybe 7 days a week, 4 days, and you only consume bad food on the weekends, you might actually be able to maintain your weight. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this, but if you want to maintain your social life, it might be easier that way, at least to start out, right? I mean, to some degree, it's just another excuse for not doing what you know is best for you. But yeah, there's a few things I wasn't able to show you, like my wonderful bacon. I shared it with Tom too, because I wasn't able to film. So yeah, I got my steak. All right. It's a good rare. Medium rare, right? I think. I'm going to tell you, it's delicious. Just salt. Yeah, let me show you what I just did. So I have a piece of steak, and I'm taking it into the bacon grease right over here. Mm-mm-mm. It's not bad. Ooh, look what I found. I found another piece of the bacon. Mm-mm. That's some good bacon. So we got a little photo shoot going on over here. Probably a sweet 16. Friday today. So they're taking their pictures at the park. And then they're gonna party. So I don't know, what should I talk about? I've got no clue what I should be talking about right now. I'm a little off track. So I've been eating meat for 90 days. I've been eating mostly beef and some chicken and eggs too. Well, see, in the beginning, if you watch back in my videos, well, I started out with steak and eggs really, and then I did all kinds of other things that are kind of like meat related, I guess. And so the beginning was a little bit not committed, and now I'm essentially eating almost only beef. Got to heat up the pan a little bit to liquefy the grease that's in there. This way it's easier to get out. And if I was making eggs, the eggs would be perfect to soak up the grease and clean the pan, but I'm not making any eggs, so we're not gonna have that benefit. So what we got here? We got one last steak over here. Look at the little boy with all that bacon grease on top. So sometimes, depending on your supermarket, if you want lower priced meat like this, right? This is only $7.99 a pound. Chances are they're slicing it thin, which is what they've done with this one. This is probably half the thickness it should be. Mm. Well, some of the saltiness from the bacon grease. It's nice. You know, when you are so big, it's very difficult to see small changes. Because you need a lot of time, right? We don't put that weight on overnight. It took time to put that weight on, and it's going to take time to get rid of the weight. So how much can you expect in just 90 days? Some people do 40-50 pounds in 90 days. It all, some of it depends on your starting weight and your condition and what you're eating, what you're exercising, right? Your age and all kinds of other factors, right? So it's not really a universal answer for everyone. But one thing is guaranteed, you will lose weight. It's windy, getting chilly. I hope the microphone is still recording. All right, so now that I weighted myself finally, 353.8, we have an actual measurable, we have something we can compare besides subjective feelings, impressions, or I think you did, right? We get actual number. I think that's important. And one reason why I did not want to measure myself in the beginning is at the very beginning, you're losing a ton of water weight, right? For most of us, our bodies are inflamed. I know mine was, my knees, my ankles, other parts of the body, right? And inflammation leads to water gain, right? So you gain a ton of water because of inflammation. And when you start on a healthier diet, the very first thing that you really do is you reduce your inflammation. And with that, you're losing a ton of water. So the first 20 or 30 pounds, probably, maybe more, it's just water. There's to me, there's no point in measuring that. Every diet works in the first 30 days. What happens after 30, 60, 90, that is what is important, right? I've been on diets in the past, and they all worked in the beginning. But pretty much every single diet I've ever been on, besides carnivore, or except carnivore, after like the 8-10 week mark, you always felt like, oh, I'm doing so good, I want to reward myself. Oh, I can do it with just a little, with just that, right? And in the end, every single one of these diets started to fail after 8 to 12 weeks. I essentially quit every one of these diets after 8 to 12 weeks, or within the 8 to 12 week time period. Carnivore, I'm at 90 days, right? How many weeks is that? That is 12 weeks. It's the only diet that does not make me feel I want to reward myself. And today is Friday, November 3rd. Holidays are upon us, right? Thanksgiving is just around the corner, 3 weeks away or so. And then comes Christmas. But I don't see a point in rewarding myself with food that doesn't actually make me happy. Are there memories connected to those foods? Yes, they are. Are there social functions connected to those foods? Yes, they are. But let's be honest, I'm happy just eating meat. Like, actually happy eating meat. Today, I'm just having steak, nothing else. Steak and salt. And I'm almost done. I've got no cravings. I got no other desires. Steak and salt is all I want every day. You know, all day long after eating, right? For the whole 24 hours. I'm not hungry. I don't crave food. I don't think about food. Sure, sometimes I smell food. And freshly sauteed onions and garlic smells absolutely like heaven, right? I love onions and garlic. But I don't need to eat them, right? Yeah, it smells good, but it's more of a memory in the end, right? Because if I can have a steak, I'll be fine. And even though this steak is cold, I'm still fine. We have to recognize what our weaknesses is, right? If I know my weakness is carbohydrates, not always sugars, right? Sometimes it's just the carbohydrates. If I know that, then I have to stay away from that, right? I love pasta, I like potatoes, I like rice, I love good bread, especially with good butter, right? But if that leads to me eating not only bread and more bread, and then lower and lower quality bread because I can't get it all the time when I have a craving for it, and then all of a sudden eating other things as well, all of a sudden I'm making spaghetti or I'm cooking a pot of rice or whatever. If that is the gateway to my addiction, then I have to stay away from this. I don't have to fight the addiction. I have to fight the gateway. And you can fight the gateway much easier than the addiction itself, right? So avoid anything that can act as a gateway. I think for me, cheese might actually be my gateway, because every time I eat cheese, I feel like eating more. I feel like I want something comforting. Maybe a slice of bread or macaroni and cheese. Cheese on my burger, right? I think cheese might be my gateway. There's a little bit of sugar in cheese, and that might be enough, right? So besides that, I'm like semi-lactose intolerant. Sometimes it's worse than other times. You know, like if it's getting bad, then if I stopped eating cheese for 2 weeks, then I usually can go back to eating cheese. But if cheese, which is technically allowed in the carnivore diet, if that is my gateway to cheating, to my weakness of carbohydrates, then I have to fight the cheese. I don't have to fight the carbohydrates. I don't have to fight the sugars. I don't have to fight the pastry or the fast food or whatever. I have to fight the cheese. That is my gateway. For us over here, this is gonna be it. I appreciate you being here for my journey, to support me and to hold me accountable. And I'm not making any promises because I don't. But chances are we'll get that together, right? If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. I'm more than willing to engage. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, ring that notification bell, like the video, and I'll see you at the next video.